Stop everything you're doing right now. Because this is not just another headline. This is the kind of revelation that flips pop culture upside down. After 53 years of silence, mystery, and speculation, Chrissy Lampkin has finally done the unthinkable. She has shown the world her child's face, and the internet may never recover. For decades. Whispers followed Chrissy like a shadow. Rumors of a hidden child. Questions that were always brushed off. Doors slammed shut when reporters asked too many questions. Fans speculated, insiders claimed they knew, but no one ever had proof. Until now. One photograph, just one, dropped online, and it sent shockwaves across every corner of social media. The image, crystal clear. No filters, no edits, no half-angled tease. Just a face that had been hidden for over half a century, staring back at millions. And let me tell you, the resemblance is undeniable. Within minutes, hashtags exploded. Twitter turned into a war zone. Instagram Lives hit record numbers. Some fans cried tears of joy. Others claimed betrayal for being kept in the dark so long. And the bigger question, why now? Why did Chrissy wait 53 years to reveal this secret? Was it guilt? Was it power? Or was it because the truth was about to be exposed anyway? This isn't just gossip. This is legacy, betrayal, and revelation colliding in real time. And what happens next will leave you gasping for air the world thought they knew. Chrissy Lampkin. Fierce, loyal. A reality TV icon who had weathered love, heartbreak, and endless speculation. But no one was ready for the bombshell she just dropped. 53 years of silence came crashing down in a single moment when Chrissy, with a calmness that belied the chaos about to erupt, finally revealed the face of the child she had kept hidden from the spotlight. All these decades. It didn't happen at a press conference. It didn't happen on a red carpet. It happened quietly on her Instagram. No caption, no explanation. Just a photo. The image showed a face so strikingly familiar that fans swore they felt their jaws hit the floor in unison. It wasn't speculation anymore. This wasn't a rumor whispered by a friend of a friend. This was proof, raw and undeniable. The resemblance between Chrissy and the child was like a slap in the face to every doubter who had spent years dismissing the whispers. Within minutes, the internet erupted into chaos. Screenshots flew across Twitter. Fan pages updated their bios. YouTubers hit record before they could even wipe the shock from their expressions. Hashtags like #ChryssyLampkinChild and number 53 years in thought shot to the top of trending lists worldwide. People weren't just talking, they were dissecting. Who is this child's father? Where has this child been? And most of all, why reveal the face now? But that's where the story takes a sinister turn. Because, according to insiders, Chrissy didn't simply decide to share the photo out of joy or pride. She was cornered. Someone close to her, someone she trusted, was preparing to leak the truth. Anonymous text messages began circulating in group chats among influencers. One alleged insider claimed they'd seen the photo weeks ago and had been paid hush money not to release it. Another said the child's existence had been an open secret in Harlem, only protected because Chrissy herself had threatened anyone who tried to talk. But those threats couldn't hold forever. A blogger known for her ruthless exposes hinted just days before the reveal that a love and hip-hop legend is about to be exposed with receipts so personal they'll burn your timeline. So when Chrissy posted the photo, it wasn't just a reveal, it was a counterattack. She wanted control. She wanted the world to hear it from her before the vultures swooped in. The ripple effects were immediate. Some fans flooded Chrissy's page with heart emojis and messages of support, praising her for finally sharing her truth. But others weren't so forgiving. 53 years. You really hid this. One comment read, racking up thousands of likes. Another wrote, all those interviews, all those times you denied it, were we all just fools? Meanwhile, the child's identity became the hottest debate online. Was the father a Harlem hustler? A celebrity Chrissy had been linked to back in the day? Some fans pulled up old photos of Jim Jones, comparing features, searching for clues, and spinning conspiracy theories. The internet was alive with detective energy, and every detail became suspect. Then came the first leaked audio. A recording surfaced on Twitter just hours after the reveal, allegedly from a phone call between Chrissy and a close friend. Her voice, shaky yet defiant, could be heard saying, "They think I waited because I wanted to. Nah, I waited because the truth would have destroyed everything back then. Now I don't care." Fans latched on to that one word, destroy. What truth could be so damaging that Chrissy had to shield it for more than half a century? Theories spread like wildfire. Some said the father was a powerful man who threatened her. Others insisted it was a scandal tied to the early music industry, something that could have ruined careers if it had surfaced in the 70s. And while social media melted down, Chrissy herself went silent. She didn't post again. She didn't go live. She didn't offer explanations. The silence only made the frenzy worse. Rival bloggers began tearing each other apart, each claiming they had exclusive sources with the real backstory. One site published what they claimed were hospital records from decades ago, with Chrissy's name blacked out but still faintly visible. Another released alleged letters written by Chrissy to an unnamed man, begging him to acknowledge what we created. Whether they were authentic or not didn't matter. Fans believed. Meanwhile, celebrities jumped in, stoking the fire. K. Michelle tweeted, "Sometimes secrets are heavier than chains. Free yourself, sis." Tamar Braxton went live on Instagram, sipping wine and smirking as she said, "I've told y'all. These girls are holding whole families hostage behind their brands." Even 50 Cent chimed in with a cryptic Instagram post, a picture of a chessboard with the caption, "When the queen makes her move, the king gotta adjust." But the most shocking reaction came from Jim Jones himself. He posted a black and white photo of himself with Chrissy from their early years. No caption, just a single broken heart emoji. Fans immediately flooded the comments, demanding answers. Was Jim blindsided? Did he already know? Or was he, too, part of the decades-long cover-up? Behind the scenes, things got even darker. According to a production assistant from Love and Hip Hop, who spoke anonymously to a gossip channel, cameras had already been rolling weeks before the reveal. VH1 allegedly knew Chrissy was planning to drop the bombshell and had positioned crews to capture the fallout. The assistant claimed producers encouraged Chrissy to wait until filming wrapped, share the photo so they could maximize drama. But when Chrissy felt the leaks closing in, she jumped the gun, leaving producers scrambling. This wasn't just personal anymore, it was business, politics, and legacy wrapped in one scandal. And as the dust began to settle from the initial reveal, new leaks surfaced to pour gasoline on the fire. A screenshot of an alleged DM from the child themselves went viral. The message, directed at a fan account, read, "I didn't ask for this, but if we're going public, then the truth has to come out. All of it." The capitalization on ALL sent chills through fans who knew exactly what it meant. This story wasn't over. If anything, it was just beginning by the end of that first night. What started as a simple photo had transformed into a cultural earthquake. Fans weren't just talking about Chrissy, they were demanding answers from everyone connected to her past. Who knew about the child? Who helped her hide them? And most importantly, what was she still keeping from the public? Insiders promised more leaks were coming. Court documents, old contracts, hidden recordings, allegedly. Someone very close to Chrissy was ready to sell her out for the right price. And then came the cliffhanger that left the internet gasping. A new account appeared on Twitter, posting a blurry black and white photo of Chrissy in the hospital from decades ago. The caption read, "This was the night it all began. Tomorrow, you'll see who was in the room with her." Fans froze. The world braced itself. And Chrissy, she remained silent, watching as the storm she'd tried to control spun completely out of her hands. The internet didn't sleep that night. Neither did Chrissy Lampkin's inner circle. Because when that anonymous account posted the grainy hospital photo and promised to reveal who was in the room during the child's birth, everything changed. Suddenly, it wasn't just Chrissy. Versus the world. It was everyone she'd ever trusted being dragged into the spotlight one by one, by morning. The blurred image was everywhere: Twitter, TikTok edits, even the nightly news gossip segments. Commentators froze frames, adjusted filters, and claimed they saw silhouettes that matched faces from Chrissy's past. Some swore the figure standing near her hospital bed was none other than Jim Jones. Others argued it looked more like a Harlem promoter. It'd been linked to Chrissy before her love and hip-hop fame. The wildest theory: that a music executive from one of hip-hop's biggest labels was the shadowy figure, which would explain why the child's existence was buried for over 5 decades. But while the fan theory spun out of control, something even more explosive dropped. The first insider leak in the form of a voice note. An account calling itself Harlem Truths posted a 47-second audio clip allegedly recorded decades ago. The muffled voice of a man could be heard whispering, "Don't tell nobody. If this gets out, my career is done. Do you understand? Done." The voice was distorted, but fans swore it sounded familiar. Names flew across the internet: Jim, Dame, Kamran. Within minutes, Harlem Truths had gained 100,000 followers and was teasing that they had more tapes ready to release. Chrissy's silence became unbearable for fans. Every minute she didn't speak was seen as confirmation of guilt. Memes mocked her, while others painted her as a tragic hero who had been forced to hide the truth because powerful men had threatened her. The debate wasn't just messy, it was venomous. And then Jim Jones broke his silence in the most chaotic way possible. Instead of a statement, instead of an interview, Jim went live on Instagram, shirtless, blunt in hand, staring into the camera for nearly 30 seconds before saying one sentence: "Don't believe everything you see." Then he ended the concert. That was it. No explanation, no denial, no defense, just a cryptic warning. Fans lost it. What did that mean? Was he denying he was the father? Was he protecting Chrissy? Or was he warning her not to go further with a reveal? The Shade Room reposted the live chat within minutes, captioning it, "Jim Jones reacts to Chrissy's bombshell child reveal. Y'all think this means he knew?" The comments section turned into a battlefield. "He been knew," one user wrote. "That man's silence speaks volumes." Another replied, "If it ain't his, why is he nervous?" But while the internet argued, another set of receipts dropped that pushed the chaos into overdrive. Screenshots of text messages allegedly between Chrissy and a close friend surfaced. The friend begged her not to post the child's photo, warning, "You think the blog's gonna protect you? Once they smell blood, they come for everybody. And you know, he won't stay quiet this time." Chrissy's response? A chilling, "Let him talk. I'm done hiding." Fans zeroed in on that last sentence. Who was the he? Jim? Another man? Or the father himself, ready to come forward after all these years? Meanwhile, the child at the center of it all, whose name had still not been officially confirmed, started trending for reasons nobody expected. Old Facebook profiles, tagged photos, and LinkedIn accounts began circulating as fans played detective, trying to connect the dots. Within hours, strangers were leaving comments on accounts that might not have even belonged to the child, demanding answers and throwing accusations. And just when it seemed the storm couldn't get more chaotic, a video leaked from backstage at the Love and Hip Hop reunion. The footage, clearly recorded secretly by a crew member, showed Chrissy in a heated exchange with a producer just weeks before the reveal. Her voice cracked as she said, "I'm not gonna let y'all play me again. I waited too long. If it ruins me, so be it. At least I'll go out telling the truth." That one clip changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a child. It was about betrayal, manipulation, and decades of silence being weaponized for reality TV ratings. Fans accused VH1 of exploiting Chrissy's pain, of knowing the truth for years but never letting her tell it until it suited their bottom line. The network scrambled to release a statement denying involvement, but by then it was too late. The fans had already decided. Chrissy was a pawn in a bigger game. Celebrities poured fuel on the fire. 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity for chaos, posted a meme of Maury Povich with the caption, "The results are in." And it's complicated. Candy Burris tweeted, "You never really know what people are carrying. Decades of silence take strength and pain. Sending love to Chrissy." Even Nicki Minaj dropped a cryptic line on Queen Radio. "They always want to call a woman bitter till her truth shakes the whole table." But the biggest shock came late that night when Harlem Truths posted again this time. A screenshot of what appeared to be official court paperwork from 1971. The document, though heavily redacted, seemed to reference a paternity dispute filed under sealed records. The father's name was blurred, but one detail stood out. The initials. JJ fans lost their minds. JJ equals Jim Jones. Or is it another Harlem legend? What if it's not even someone famous? The speculation reached fever pitch. With hashtags like #WhoIsJJ is trending worldwide, inside sources claimed Jim Jones's team was in full panic mode. One insider told a gossip podcast he's furious. He feels blindsided, embarrassed. He knew this might come out one day. But he never expected Chrissy to move first. Another source added, "Don't be surprised if Jim starts leaking his OWN receipts. He's not going to let this narrative destroy him." Meanwhile, Cardi jumped into the mess with a now-deleted tweet. "This city is too small for secrets this big. Everybody knew. Y'all just late." The tweet was screenshotted before deletion and fans immediately dissected it. Did Cardi just confirm the rumors? Or was she stirring the pot for clout? But the real bombshell came not from celebrities, not from blogs, but from Chrissy's own child. Late into the night, a new Instagram account appeared, using a throwback childhood photo as the profile pic. The bio read, "I didn't ask for the spotlight, but I won't be silent anymore." Within minutes, the account had 50,000 followers. Its first post, a single caption, "Tomorrow I speak." The internet exploded. Was this really Chrissy's child, or just a troll capitalizing on the chaos? The comment section was flooded with both love and hate. Fans begged for clarity, while skeptics mocked the drama as a stunt. But everyone agreed on one thing. The saga had just entered a new, unpredictable chapter. And then, as if scripted for maximum impact, Harlem Truths tweeted one more cryptic message just before midnight. The photo. The audio. The documents. That was just the beginning. The real betrayal drops at noon. The countdown had begun. Fans set alarms, YouTubers scheduled live streams, and gossip blogs pre-wrote headlines. The stage was set for something bigger, darker, and even more explosive. And Chrissy Lampkin. She still hadn't said a single word. The silence was deafening. The anticipation was unbearable. And everyone knew when the clock struck noon, the world would change again. When the clock struck noon, the internet held its collective breath. Phones buzzed with push notifications. Twitter timelines froze under the weight of refreshes, and live streamers braced their audiences for the drop. Harlem Truths delivered exactly what they promised only. It was darker, messier, and more personal than anyone could have imagined. The first post wasn't a photo. It wasn't even an audio clip. It was a video. Shaky, black and white footage, time-stamped 1971. In it, a young Chrissy sat in a hospital bed, exhausted, hair clinging to her forehead. Beside her stood a man with his face obscured by shadow. But his voice, low, urgent, and unmistakably Harlem, was crystal clear. "We can't let this come out. If people find out I'm finished..." You hear me? Finished. The caption from Harlem Truths was brutal. "This is the man she protected. This is the secret that buried her for 53 years. Hashtag the face of truth." The internet detonated. Fans immediately dissected every syllable, every tone. "That's Jim." Some shouted. Others insisted it wasn't him, that the voice belonged to a rival hustler from that era. But the voice was so close, so eerily familiar, that doubt only fueled the fire. Within minutes, Jim Jones and the father trended worldwide. That then Harlem Truths posted again this time. Scanned copies of letters written in Chrissy's handwriting dated months after the child's birth. One read, "I begged you to stand with me. I begged you to acknowledge your blood. But you told me a man can't raise a child if it means losing everything else. So I raised them alone. Everything else. So I raised them alone." The heartbreak in those words shook even her critics. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just about secrets, it was about survival. Jim Jones, cornered by speculation, broke his silence in the most explosive way possible. He went live on Instagram again, this time surrounded by friends, visibly furious. His voice cracked as he shouted, "Y'all got me twisted. That ain't me on no tape. That ain't my words. Don't play with my legacy. Don't play with my family." But fans weren't convinced. The comments section was flooded with fire emojis, question marks, and accusations. Some typed, "If it ain't you, then who was in the room?" Others demanded DNA tests live on camera. Jim ended the live abruptly after one of his homies whispered in his ear and pulled the phone down. The abrupt exit only added fuel to the conspiracy. Meanwhile, Chrissy's child finally stepped forward. At exactly 1 p.m., the Instagram account that had shaken the night before went live. Over 300,000 people tuned in within minutes. The screen flickered, and there they were, grown, composed, and carrying the weight of 5 decades of secrecy in their eyes. Their words were simple, but devastating. "For 53 years, I was a shadow. I never asked for this life. But my mother carried the burden alone, and I won't let her carry it anymore." The man in that video, he knows who he is, and so do you. But this isn't about revenge. This is about truth. I have a name, I have a face, and I will not be erased again. The comments flew at lightning speed, fans screaming support. Trolls demanding receipts, others begging them to confirm once and for all whether Jim Jones was their father. But the child refused to give details, ending the live with only, "The truth will reveal itself. I'm done hiding." The internet didn't calm down. Nye went nuclear. Reaction videos dropped instantly. One YouTuber screamed, "This is the biggest scandal reality TV has ever seen." Another fan tweeted, "The way Chrissy's child speaks. Poise, power, pain. This ain't no publicity stunt. This is generational trauma unfolding live." But Harlem Truths wasn't finished. At 3 p.m., they dropped the ultimate bomb. A screenshot of an email chain between VH1 producers dated just last year. One producer wrote, "Chrissy's willing to share her story, but she doesn't want Jim blindsided. Do we tell him?" The reply was cold. "No, the blind side is the story. Roll cameras." Fans lost their minds. This wasn't just messy, it was manipulation on a corporate scale. The network had allegedly orchestrated Chrissy's pain for ratings, gambling on her heartbreak as their golden ticket. Within hours, petitions circulated online demanding VH1 cancel filming, with hashtags like #ProtectChrissy and #BoycottVH1 trending across platforms. And just when the outrage hit fever pitch, Rashida from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta jumped in. Posting a fiery Instagram story, "Networks don't care about us. They profit from our trauma. Look at Chrissy. Look at Jock. Look at Kirk. Same cycle, different day." Fans praised her for speaking the truth, but others accused her of clout chasing by inserting herself into the hottest scandal of the year. Behind the scenes, Chrissy was reportedly breaking down. According to a stylist who claimed to be with her that evening, Chrissy sobbed uncontrollably after watching her child's live performance. She said, "I thought I was protecting them. I thought silence was safe. But maybe silence was just another wound." Meanwhile, Jim's camp allegedly scrambled to do damage control. A gossip blogger leaked a screenshot of text messages supposedly from Jim's lawyer advising him to prepare for potential DNA demands. The text warned, "You refuse? The silence will be seen as guilt. You need to take control." Fans immediately began chanting online for a televised paternity test, Morris style, with some joking that this would be the Love and Hip Hop finale of the century. But it wasn't all jokes. Chrissy's child's life had shifted the tone from messy gossip to painful empathy. Influencers started threads about generational silence, trauma, and the cost of fame. One viral tweet read, "Chrissy waited 53 years because she didn't want her child to be born in chaos. And now chaos found them anyway." And then came the cliffhanger nobody saw coming. Harlem Truths posted one final message at 6 p.m. A blurry image of a manila envelope stamped confidential with the caption, "The test results." Tomorrow at noon, the internet froze. Were they claiming to have DNA proof? How could they have it? Was it legal? Was it fabricated? It didn't matter, people believed. The countdown began again. Fans set live stream reminders. Blogs prepared breaking banners. Even mainstream outlets like CNN Entertainment and Good Morning America teased the chaos in their segments. The world wasn't just watching Chrissy Lampkin anymore. The world was waiting for the reveal of a lifetime. And Chrissy herself, still silent. No post, no story. Just a woman in the middle of the storm, watching as the truth she carried for over 5 decades was ripped apart, dissected, and broadcast to millions. The world was about to find out if Jim Jones was the father, if Chrissy's silence all these years had been hiding something even darker. And there you have it. The reveal nobody thought would ever come. The silence shattered after 53 years. And a storm so loud it has every corner of the internet shaking. But listen to me when I say this. The story is not finished. Harlem Truths has promised more. The child has promised to speak again. And if those DNA results really drop at noon tomorrow, this will be the most explosive scandal hip-hop has ever seen. Period. So here's what you need to do right now. Do not scroll away. Do not think you'll catch it later, because later it will be too late. You'll be out of the loop while millions are already dissecting the next leak. Smash that like button like your life depends on it. Drop your wildest theories in the comments, hashtag Team Chrissy, hashtag Team Jim, or hashtag Team Child. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications all the way on. Because when the next bomb drops, you'll want to be the first to know. Think about it. What if tomorrow the envelope proves Jim is the father? What if it proves he isn't? What if it reveals someone even bigger? Someone nobody saw coming? If you're not locked in with us, you'll miss the second it goes live. And trust me, this is not a story you can afford to miss. This isn't just gossip. This is history in the making. Stay tuned, stay ready, and stay subscribed, because the next twist will break the internet all over again.